Hello everyone, I am Neha, your happiness coach. Today I am going to tell you 10 golden rules for a happy marriage. Well, going by the statistics today and the kind of couple dynamics that have started happening, it's become very important to keep reiterating a lot of these basic principles on which any marriage stands by. If you are to just follow these simple things, you are sorted and your marriage can be rock solid as well. So let me just get quickly started with the first one. Talking. It is extremely important that you talk every day. Talking to each other should not be a weekly or a weekend affair that both of us are busy, we don't have the time. You can never be so busy that you don't have time to talk to each other. Once you're back home, before going to bed, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it is important to talk. You have to, morning before heading out for your work, make sure at the breakfast table, the two of you sit and have a quick chat before you leave for work. Always remember that the moment you let that silence creep into your relationship, there's where things will start falling apart. So, talking is the first basic rule because silence creates distance. Moving over to the second point, fight the problem. Of course, fights are important. It is healthy in a marriage. There's no doubt about it. If you're not fighting, then there's something definitely wrong with you guys. But please remember that both of you are fighting against the problem, not against each other, right? You are fighting for the solution. Always remember when you're having an argument that both of you are a team. You are not standing against each other, but you're standing against the problem. You have to address the issue and be on the same side and think of a solution that is going to be common and in favor of both of you, not just one of you, because marriage is a team, right? So please have this logic very clear in your head that you are a team and we have to fight and sort out an issue together and not against each other. Third point is keep no secrets. There should not be any secrets between you as a couple. It's the most harmful thing for a marriage because when you have no secrets, you are building trust. Honesty is the first step to building that trust between two people. Please understand, let me give you an example. Recently a couple who came to me for counseling had this issue. The problem between them started because the husband had not told something to his wife. And it was something very petty. But by chance, it so happened that he had ended up discussing that with one of his close friends who blurted it out in front of his wife. And she felt extremely bad that it had to come to her from him rather than from him itself. This is very important, guys. That's why please make sure that you don't keep any secrets between each other. When you have that transparency, when the other person has that blind trust in you, then trust me, nobody can shake the base of your marriage because they know nobody can come in between you. Nobody can take advantage of anything that you have told or you have asked or you have, checked because they know and you know that everything is clear between the two of you. So there's absolutely nothing that can come in between. The fourth point is give more than you expect of taking. Right? Love is like a pure form of service. I'm not saying that always keep only doing and don't expect anything in return. No. But please remember that relationship and marriage is not about score keeping or making the scores, I am 5, you are 4. This is typical, no? With couples, I've seen that, many a times you're actually doing things not because you really want to do it, because you are happy about it, it's going to give you so much of happiness, but because, okay, he did this for me and I have it in my head, I have to, okay, tick it up and okay, now I do this for him. It's not like that. It's your relationship is not a corporate job, right? Where you have to keep these balance sheet and see that, okay, now this is 1 to go, 1 down, 1 to go. Now this is done. That doesn't really work like that. Please understand, when you truly love somebody, when you do something for that person, it should only give you immense happiness, right? You should feel very happy, even more happier than doing for that person, more than even that you feel when you do something for yourself. When you're in a very healthy and happy relationship, right, automatically this feeling will be there. Many times when I do a lot of things for my husband gives me more happiness than actually when I end up doing things for me. Just give it a try. You would also, sometimes you really don't know how deep your relationship is. When you do things like that, it also gives you it serves like an eye opener, and it tells you how truly and how deeply you love your partner. Treat this as an experiment and try it so that you can comment in the comment section and then tell me how it really worked with you. The fifth point is very, very critical and crucial. You need to appreciate your partner, and when you're doing that, let that be really loud and clear. But on the other side, when you criticize, let that be in the four walls of the room and really soft and polite. But as couples, as today's generation couples, it's completely swapped. It's completely ulta. I've seen so many couples today that I socialize with end up, insulting each other in a group of people. That's the most ridiculous thing that one can do. Even if they are your closest of friends or your closest of relatives or, family, talking ill about your partner is not acceptable. You cannot get away with the fact by just saying, oh, I was just joking. What if the other person also had to joke the same way on you? Would you take it like that? You would also take it with a pinch of salt. So why get into that, rift, and why get into that unnecessary stress where you have to do this? You don't really have to do that. But when somebody's done something really nice for you, that appreciation can be loud. As simple as if your wife has cooked something really well, and if there are 10 people on your table and sitting and having the same meal, and if you have taken the first bite and it tastes heaven, let that compliment be loud. It is cooked amazingly well. Nothing wrong, right? Sometimes, trust me, the hardest of the feelings can be washed away with just that one piece of appreciation and that one sentence of care. So please remember, words can really, really hurt you, or they truly have the power to heal you completely. The sixth point is, don't let the ego win. These three letters I always tell to all the couples practically, that don't let these three letters ever enter your relationship. The moment you give a little way for them to creep in, it's all washed out there. You should just treat this relationship as the one of equals. If there's anything that you can do, she can also do. If she can do, you can also do. It should never be that I have this superiority complex. Oh, I am above her or I am above him. Doesn't matter who's above or who is lower. No, it really doesn't matter. All that matters is what should be on the top is your love and your affection towards your partner. So please make sure that ego is something that never comes in between. The seventh point is PDA. Okay, I got this word recently. Public display of affection. Yeah, right. So please remember that physical touch makes a lot of difference. Just because you are 10 years in a marriage or 15 years or 20 years or 40 years doesn't matter. Holding hands is not a cliche. Please understand, when you do something like that, it is only showing that how badly you want that person with you in your life and how much love and care and concern you have for your partner. It is very important for you to frequently give hug to your partner. Sometimes, when you're really stressed, you just don't need anything. You don't have to talk. You don't have to, buy fancy gifts, buy roses and rings, and not required. When a person is truly stressed, sometimes just a simple tight hug works wonders. It can just calm your head down and you can just sit, hold hands, let the person cry if he or she wants to, let the emotions flow and finish it there. But make sure that you don't forget to make that physical contact with your partner. It is truly very important. What bothers us more is, what will people say? How can I hold your hand? How can I hug you around? Arey, who are these people? As I always say, who are these people? What's important to you is how your partner feels. If he or she is comfortable, please go ahead and do it. There's nothing wrong in holding your hands and walking together on the road or in the park. Please don't think it's a very silly thing. Nothing practically is silly when you're just trying to truly just express yourself, express your love, and express your care to your partner. The next point is you have to be each other's safe space, right? Today, anything happens between the two of you, the other person should feel like coming back to you and you are his or her safe place, right? Make sure that you maintain that dignity and protect your partner's dignity when you're in a public space. Make sure that if somebody is pitching against or talking against your partner, you are standing by her or by him and making sure that you make them feel that you're always there, come what may. This quality, my dear friends, is something that will take you a long, long, long way. Do not bother about, there'll be so many relationships in your life that will not be permanent. At the end of it all, be it your parents, be it your kids, even the closest, your siblings, after a point of time, everybody is going to get busy with their lives. The only person who's going to be with you all through is going to be your partner. So it is very important that you make sure that you protect him or her from every negativity around and make sure that they feel the most comfortable when they are around you. The next point is you need to share your money, your goals, your ambition, your aspirations, everything. Please remember that you are building a life together which is one and not two. You might be earning, both of you might be earning differently, and specifically to today's couples, the Gen Z couples, I see a lot of them that, when even after marriage, I'm handling my finances, this is my money, I'll do what I want to do with this, and that is his money. Please understand that it is not I and him or me, myself after marriage. No, it's we. So whatever you do, you of course will have different dreams. Of course you will have different ambitions. But when you are a couple, once you're in a relationship and you truly love each other, help each other grow in the same format. Help each other when in need. Let that I, me, myself not take over the we and make it worse. Because the moment it becomes I, me, myself, the marriage is going to take a hit. In a relationship, it's important that you always treat it as we and make sure you help each other grow in a very positive manner and reach the same goal. Last but not the least, the final point is love is the base and the most important thing that you should feel, practice, and express every single day. A small love you when you go out of the house makes a world of difference. It just reiterates and makes the other person feel that yes, that feeling is equally there as much as you have. If your husband says love you, please say love you too. It's always nice to hear, but even he would want to hear it at times, right? So let that expression be prime importance and don't get away by just saying, I'm not expressive. Doesn't work like that. There will be times where you have to get expressive and you have to make your person feel really special and make the whole relationship going and working. It's no rocket science, guys. No rocket science. Suddenly today the couples find it difficult when they see people, celebrating their 40 anniversaries or 50 anniversaries. Trust me, it is not difficult. What has become difficult is just the adjustment factor and just all of these 10 basic golden rules that I told you. If you just practice these every single day in your life, it's like any other thing that we do. It will be all sorted. You will not really have to work hard on it. It will just sail smooth and you will even reach 75 years of your marriage peacefully without any hassles. Do let me know how these points clicked with you, how they helped you better your relationship with your partner, and what more you would want to see on my videos. You can call on the number displayed about or WhatsApp for an appointment for any help in couple counseling. Do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon and you will get notifications on my latest videos. Do let me know how you like this video. Until then, it's me Neha signing off. Bye bye.